Hey everybody, my name is Jared Cave. I'm a golf physical therapist and performance expert in Mansfield, Texas. Today we're going to be talking about core strength exercises that pertain to golf. Now, this video is not the end of someone's journey. This video is the beginning of someone's journey. This is for people who haven't regularly worked out or regularly exercised their core before. This should contain a lot of options that will help you get started and be able to be confident in your ability to do core exercises. Your body needs so much support through here as you play golf. And while it doesn't create most of the force, that comes from your legs in the golf swing, it is going to create some of its own force. But it's largely going to be responsible for transmitting the force that your legs create and make sure that it gets all the way to the club head. The way that I expect people to use this video is to take one version of any of the 5 exercises or exercise types that we do and add that into routine. So they have a 5 exercise routine that addresses every motion that they need to in order to play effective golf. That's flexion, bending forward, extension, bending back. That's side bending in each direction. It's also rotating in each direction. And lastly, something to help your hips extend, because your core is not just six-pack abs. Your core is all of this. This is one long muscle that looks nice, but it's not ultimately the most important thing in deciding whether or not you can play healthy golf. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is go through exercises for this area. Okay, now, the first thing we're going to do is called a modified plank. You're going to be on your stomach, press up onto your forearms and onto your knees, and you're going to hold this position. Your tummy is tight, not allowing it to sag down towards the table. We also don't want to feel like we're arching way up in the air. Hold a nice stable position right in the middle. You'll hold this for 30 seconds. Now, if that's easy, we'll go for a regular forearm plank. So we'll be here, and we're up. Okay, again, we're not sagging, we're not piked up in the air, right here in a good position right in the middle. Lastly, if you feel like, okay, I can do 30 seconds of that one, great. The next version of this for you would be a plank tap. So we're going to go up into a push-up position. We're going to hold at the top. We're going to tap the chest. Alternatively, you can lift the legs instead. Either of those is fine. So those are the 3 levels from beginning to advanced for the front of your core. Okay, we're going to go into side bending now. Now, whichever of these next 3 versions that you choose, you'll be doing it on each side. Okay, the first version is a modified side plank. So we're on our forearm, legs are bent behind us. We're going to push our hips up off the table and our hips forward so that we're in a straight line rather than being folded back. Holding up here, 30 seconds. Now, if that's easy, you can go into a modified side plank with a clamshell. So we'll open up here and we'll close. So now the bottom leg is doing all of the supporting. We're doing clamshells. Lastly, if that's too easy, we're going into a full side plank here. Okay, 30 seconds. Don't let yourself dip down. You're going to hold a straight line. Next, we're going into Next, we're going to do a Pallof press. This is for rotation specifically. So some of the same muscles that we just worked in the side bending, we will work in the rotational ones. But there are extra muscles involved here, especially some of the small ones that help stabilize against rotation or help you provide rotation. Specifically for golfers, you need this motion to be really good. So we'd add this in a situation where we might pick either a side plank version or a rotation version and just pick one. So for the Pallof press, You're going to start out seated. Whenever you go to press the weight out in front of you, it's going to increase how far away it is from your body. It's like a big wrench trying to turn you back towards the anchor point. So we're here, we hold it out, we don't let it move us, hold it for 3 seconds, bring it back in, press out, hold for 3 seconds, bring it back in. Now, it's easiest in sitting. It can be more difficult when standing. This will be your second version of it. So you'll be standing, you'll press straight out in front of you. You'll need to pick a leg width that you feel like you can do comfortably. Lastly, we're going to do a Pallof anti-rotation. So this is going to be the first one where we're actually moving during the exercise aside from that clamshell earlier. You're going to press forward, allow yourself to rotate slowly towards the door, fighting it the whole way. Bring it back to center and go again. Press forward, rotate towards the anchor point, back to center. Good. Next, we're going to work on the back. Now, this is probably the part of people's bodies they spend the least time working on. And so this is one that you'll want to spend time with. Okay? So, first version of this is going to be a bird dog with just a single limb moving at a time. So, we're on all fours. We're not arched way up. We're not sagging way down. We're going to try to find a spot right in the middle. Tighten up your core, try to draw your belly button in towards your spine, okay? And we're gonna move one limb at a time. So one hand's gonna come off, another hand comes off, and then a leg ideally is gonna kick straight back. However, if you need to instead just slide it backwards to start with, that's okay. Okay, the next version of this, version 2, is going to be a regular bird dog where you have 2 limbs moving simultaneously. So left arm, right leg are going to move together. We're going to go left and right. Try not to fall down. Right to left. One more each side. Good. Now, the last exercise that we could pick from for the back is a Superman. So you'll be on your stomach. Arms out in front, legs out behind. And we're going to lift and hold. You're going to start out with 5-second holds. Work your way up as far as 30-second holds. You want to make sure your chest clears the ground. And you want to make sure that your knees clear the ground so you do the exercise properly. Now, lastly, we're going to do exercises for hip extension, which is very important for your golf swing. It's where a lot of power comes through. So this is our 5th grouping of choices. The first one is going to be a double leg bridge. So legs are bent, feet are flat on the floor, arms are by your side. You're going to press your hips up away from the table and back down. This will be in sets of 10. Now, if that's easy, the next exercise you could do is a marching bridge. So you'll get up to the top position, same as you did, but while you're there, you're going to pick one leg up, put it down, pick the other leg up, put it down, and put your rear end back down. With this one, we're trying to avoid letting your trunk rotate whenever you pick that leg up. So you shouldn't feel your hip drop to the ground. So each time you come up, march, march, back down, that would be 1. Now the last exercise would be a single leg bridge. Important to note, if you feel it cramping, stop. It's not worth it, I promise. If you feel it cramping, move back to the previous version of this exercise. So One leg in the air, it can be straight out in front, it can be closer, that's up to you. You're gonna use one leg to pick you up in the air and back down. If you don't feel like you can get full height here and you're barely getting off the table, this version of this exercise would be too difficult. Okay? So that's 5 different sets of muscle groups and different motions that you need to be strong in to be effective playing golf. With each of those, you should pick one version that fits you, piece that together into a program, and work on that 3 days a week. If you do that, you should have a really good baseline to work from so that you can start doing exercises that take more movement, take more strength, take more power, that are really going to apply directly to your golf game and help keep you healthy, playing strong, playing longer, hit the ball further. All the things that you really want on the golf course, you can get if you really start focusing on improving your health, your fitness, your strength, and your core program.